We are back again to talk Manchester United. Hold on a minute. Let me first unbox my gazelles, fam. I saw this trending. They are the biggest trending shoes on the Manchester United website. Well, why not? Guys, you need to get yourself some United merchandise. Anyhow, so as we do get into football talk, because action returns this weekend, Manchester United in the FA Cup, we are taking on Newport County. It is an unfamiliar opponent. They are called the Exiles. I hope they don't send us into exile. Anyway, we are traveling to the border of Wales to take on this little team that we've never faced at all. So that means one thing: we don't know what to expect. We do not know what to expect from this game, but what the fans will be hoping for will be a win for Manchester United as we do hope to cruise a step higher in the FA Cup. Remember, in the last one, we were in the final, which we lost to Manchester City. And honestly, we tried. We tried. Eric Ten Hag's first season, Man City, yes, they beat us. But we tried, guys. We tried in that game. But trying will not be good enough. Just that's like it's not good enough of you to just look at me and enjoy what I'm saying without subscribing. Guys, subscribe to the United Hotspot because the talk of Man United is only going to get better by the day with Sajim and Ineos coming in. Now, guys, here to give you all the early team news before our trip to Wales. Now, first of all, a lot of players are back in training. Harry Maguire was seen training so well this week. Luke Shaw, who withdrew from the game against Tottenham in the 11th hour, in the last minute, he withdrew from the team. He will be back as well. I hope to see him flying on that left. So is Casemiro, who returned to the squad. He was an unused substitute in that one. And Lisandro Martinez, who came on as a substitute for Johnny Evans against Spurs, played a few minutes. We'll be hoping this time he can go the entire distance and play the full 90 minutes of the game. But most importantly, guys, Andre Onana, Onana is not there. Meaning this is the divine God-given opportunity for us to see our number two, Altel Baindil, and what he can do. Honestly, if Eric Ten Hag doesn't start Altel Baindil in goal, we will know it's either one of two things, that maybe Baindil has got a personal grudge with Eric Ten Hag, or he's not good enough, because there is Tom Heaton, nearly 40-year-old, who should be a goalkeeping coach probably, and he played well in pre-season before Nana arrived, but he's not him we want to see right now. He's not our number two. We want to see our Altel Baindil and what he can do in between the sticks. So we expect him to play in that game. So those are the key changes I expect. But guys, people think it's going to be an obvious win for Manchester United. But look, and I was listening to Wes Brown speaking about such a game. Such games are the most difficult for players. First of all, this is an away game to a very a team full of psyched players in a very terrible pitch. Obviously, and I'm saying very terrible because you can't expect to see the same standards of a green at Newport like it is at Old Trafford. So obviously, it's going to be a difficult field for the players, for Man United players. I mean, they are used to playing on elite grounds. They are going to be playing in a sort of a ditch. So, but the fans won't care about that. They won't know that. They will expect United to be beating such a small team easily. That's the expectation. So, the pressure alone is going to be there. But also, the home fans are going to be fully psyched. And by the way, when a cock crows like that, it's a sign. So that's a sign. By the way, what you hear, you hear that in the background. It is a sign that it's going to be a tough game for Manchester United. Yeah, it's a sign. I'll tell you why. But anyway, don't mind about the hen and the sound. But so this game is going to come with a lot of pressure for the players. The home fans are going to be fully psyched up for the game because they do know they might never have an opportunity to play such a big opponent in the entire existence of this club, because these games don't come often for a small club like like Newport. So it is going to be so difficult. They have a small stadium. I think it's an 80,000 seater, which is not even half of the size of the Sir Alex Ferguson stand. The Sir Alex Ferguson stand at Old Trafford is a 20,000 seater. That is twice the Luton Stadium. and that's more than Newport. So they are going to feel it to capacity. It is more like this. They will be shouting at every ball. So it's going to be so difficult for the players. And that's what Wes Brown was saying, that the players don't want these games. They are always under pressure. They are more, you play more careful, you're more cautious. You can't play your game because the turf does not allow you. So it's always difficult. But nonetheless, and I don't care how United does it, whether we play street football or not, I don't care. Whether we just kick balls and play one road direct football, the typical English game, Manchester United has got no excuse not to win this game against Newport. The expectation from we, the fans, will be see Bayindir on the pitch, Casemiro play a couple of minutes. United should be disposing of these guys for fun. We should be beating them for fun. Now, generally, the FA Cup offers a unique opportunity for Manchester United. One, for us to salvage the season. It is even starting to rain outside. Again, the man above blessing us with rain, I think, is a good sign. But listen, this is a good opportunity for Manchester United for us to salvage a season that has been, I think, so confusing. Our emotions as United supporters have been like this. Like in the ICU when someone is on the sick bed, that what how do they call it? That thing that tracks the heartbeat, how it goes, and to show that someone. I mean, that's how our season has been, because we've had very good games against Aston Villa, and the next day you're playing terrible against Nottingham Forest. The next day you play a very good game against a small opponent. The next day you're beaten by FC Copenhagen. That's how our season has been. Now we want to hope that this year will be different. It's a new year. Yes, same season, but it's a new year. Now, against a small team like Newport, you want to beat them and leave them for dead. That's what you want to do. But the sad reality is we are playing away to them. But we know that the FA Cup is our closest chance to salvage this season, because we know in the Premier League things are tougher. And I know for us as Man United, if we don't finish among the top four, you can imagine the noise we are going to endure from Arsenal supporters, naysayers. I mean, they will shout and shout and shout, because obviously they'll be in the top four by the look of things. But you can imagine. So we do want to finish in the top four. But question, I think I'll put this to you. If Manchester United won the FA Cup, because we reached the final, beat by Man City last season, this time around, improving in the FA Cup would mean winning it. And I think we've got a realistic chance to do that. Now, if we won the FA Cup, and that would mean automatic qualification to Europe, going straight into the Europa, which is not where I want to be. So winning the FA Cup and finishing outside the top four in the Premier League, would it be success to you? Give me your own opinion on that in the comment section. Would that be a successful season? For Erik ten Hag, he would go down in history. That he won titles in both of his first and second season in charge. Carabao Cup in the first season, reached the FA Cup final, then wins the FA Cup in the next season. For him as a person, history, the stats and what will show that this guy did well. But we as the fans, is that what we would love to see? Give me your opinion on that. But before you think about winning it, let's first think about winning this game against Newport. Because if we don't, Sir Jim and Ineos will be watching. Sir Jim will be watching. And you know what? By the way, Valentine is coming. And I've got my Valentine's shoes. Gazelles from Manchester United. Guys, I'm done with this video. My name is Webb. Subscribe. I'll catch you later. It's a big G bless. Peace.